Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls 2. So, I think I've decided to forego doing the Pursuer for now, for reasons of I'm tired of dying. And instead what I'm going to do is what I probably should have done a while ago, and that is just move on to better areas. Because they're available to me, and why wouldn't I? Like, in all honesty, I probably should be making the most of newer areas, because kind of important. So there's this whole area over here I never went to, and that's mostly because this early on in the game, I just wouldn't have had really great accessibility to it. Also, before I go any further, I'm going to change around my equipment a little bit here. I believe I'm going to switch this to the shield, switch this to my homunculus mace, which is an okay weapon, I guess, but I think I prefer to have it as the homunculus mace. I think I'll switch it back to default, since in my off-screen playthroughs I've just got used to right-click. So yeah, just do that. Also, I can't remember if I went through the mansion area yet or not. I suppose there's an easy way to check, just check inventory. Which I should probably do at some time, but first things first, let's pick this up. It's a Crimson Parma, it's not great, but it's an item. So we're just going to open up the waterways here and head on through. Now, for those of you who remember my Dark Souls 1 playthrough, last time I went through a waterway, I went to Blight Town. This waterway does not go to Blight Town, thankfully. There is a Blight Town area in this game, pretty much, but it is not accessed this way. You get to Blight Town in a very different way in this game. It's still down, but it's not this way, because this goes back up, and to Heide's Tower of Flame. Yeah, that's the Tower of Flame. There's stars and shit, and there's a sunset you can see from Majula. And there's that big-ass guy down there. He's going to be a regular enemy of this area. There's also that bonfire directly in front of me that people should probably not miss, because that would be bad. Now, I've fought these things a ton off screen, so I know their patterns. He's this one more time. Red with blocks. And he's done. I'm going to have to do that about 20 more times. Before I do that 20 more times, I'm going to rest the bonfires, or at least light them. Actually, don't need a rest here, so I'll just light it. Because that should set my spawn anyway. So now what you want to do is you want to fight this guy here, who only respawns once. Okay, this guy needs to be rolled from. Dead. Yeah, these guys are really big pushovers because their wind-up is so ridiculous. Granted, I almost died from him, but that's because I'm an idiot and no other reason. Now, Sublime Boneless, I'm going to be burning that very quickly, because that improves Estus Flask recovery rate. Something very important to get. Which is why, part of the reason why I'm swinging out here. So while I'm swinging like that, you can always get at least one hit in. And you have a total of 3 hits you can get in there. However, the first hit's really risky because sometimes you can, sometimes you can't dodge. Now, every, 3 or so enemies you kill in a certain area will bring up one of these lever things. I'm not even sure if it's 3 or so enemies. Well, I know in that room you have to kill all 3, but every time you pull a lever here, it will bring up an extra ring in that tower. That's for a boss fight layer. If you want to make the next boss fight super easy, kill all the guys on the way to it. It'll give you a bigger arena to dodge the next boss round in. Now there's a trick to this room. Now, he swings down really hard, like an idiot. Now the trick to this room is you rush this guy. Because if you do, it causes the air guy to back up. for some unknown reason. hit him again. And he's done. Yeah, maces are ridiculous against these guys. It just eats through their armor. If I wasn't using a mace, I'd be having problems. So you get one hit here. Then you just roll away, except you don't. And then you just let him swing again, and done. These guys are 400 souls each. Really, really great place to grind up souls early on. They also commonly drop cracked blue eye orbs, as you can see right there. And now I've defeated all three via another lever, which allows us, once again, pull and gain another ring in the boss area. Those rings will be important. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to beat the boss with no human effigies, but I can always try. Oh boy, can I try. It's part of the reason I came this way, is because you get a fair amount of extra items from this. And yeah, that ledge looks really shady, I know, but you can walk over it. You can also jump over it if you are feeling particularly adept. Now, the sword guys are always the more annoying guys to deal with. Just because they can sometimes do that instead of what you want to do, and then you're dead because you rolled before you got hit, and then it just translated after, and yeah. If you do the overhead swing thing twice and you misjudged the first swing, there's really not much you can do about that aside from take the extra hit at least. However, it's going to give me plenty of time to run against these guys, which are not even tough enemies. And you can even get up to 4 hits on them if you're right behind them. These guys are real pushovers. I love fighting them. Yeah, you'll notice this guy in the middle here doesn't respawn. He's a one-time fight because he drops the Sublime Bone Dust. So you do that on purpose, then you just walk in further. Now those platforms stay up once you raise them once, so I don't have to worry about that shit anymore. However, we got to fight another with another couple of these guys, really. Okay, did not misjudge. Yeah, the guys with the swords take fewer hits just because, I guess, less armor. Done. And item number 3. Now, pro tip, when the air 2 come on, don't run out of the room. No, running out of the room is... God damn the sneezes. Running out of this room is really bad because this guy and the air guy will both chase you. However, for some reason their AI is incredibly dumb. And what I mean by that is, like, if you rush this guy to the left, this guy over here will for some reason back off. I don't know why, but he does. Okay, seriously, I'm gonna want to not be sneezing. Because while the old Dragon Rider is kind of a pushover boss, I still kind of need to beat him. Yeah. It took me several attempts off screen before I got these guys' patterns down. And now he's done. So a wiser man here would go back to the bonfire and use the 4,800 souls I just got on a human effigy. But I'm not a wiser man. However, I am smart enough to know that I don't want to lose these souls in the boss room and be forced to fight a boss with no human effigies at half health. That would be silly, because that boss could probably kill me at half health in one hit. And to avoid that, I'm going to do the smart thing and take stupid risks. There's another boss this way. Oh, this guy actually did not back off this time. Okay, risk time. We killed each other. Worth it. No, it wasn't. It really was not. Like, 4 hits can work, but only if you're behind them. I don't know why I decided to go for 4 hits. For some stupid reason, I'm sure. Oh well. These guys are so easy that I'm not even scared of them. Especially when they do stupid shit like that. They have different patterns. As most enemies. The pattern with those guys is sometimes they will actually use a stab attack, but I very rarely ever see it because it seems to only use it if you're directly in front of them. For the first swing. Because otherwise it just leaves them completely vulnerable. Also, you can sometimes kill these guys in 3 swings. I guess, you know, it depends on crits and whatnot, but whatever. I'm more than confident I can get my souls back. Because I'm more than confident in my ability to get through this room. That's a double swing. No. Okay, this guy did not back off. There he goes. This guy needs to back off. Otherwise, bad things happen to me. Alright. Also, I don't want to use my Divine Blessing. Or do I? No, I don't. So let's just drink this. Because health is fun. This is more than fun, it's actually good. So yeah, these guys' weakness is literally just looping around their shield side. Because they turn slowly and they really can do absolutely nothing about that. Don't know why, but... yeah, double hit. Okay, the other guy's getting dangerously close to me and that bugs me. I guess I can bait that guy into an attack, which I did. He did his longer range attack, which... he's gonna do his second one, then he always follows it up. With the attack. And he actually blocked, holy crap. These guys almost never block. He's dealt with. I should have no trouble dealing with the air guy. Yeah. If they both come together, it's kind of a pain. And actually, the trick is not to bum rush them that quickly, because usually the air guy will back off. And he was done with the block. He's blocking with the sword. He doesn't block anything. What's also the danger of writing dual sword is that you really don't block a lot of damage. Which is why I don't use it. Because it's really not worth it. So this looks like a dead end, but upon further investigation, we have this guy here. And he's done. He made a mistake. Now we have this box here, which will probably pop up thing. And we look at that drawbridge. Even though I know this thing doesn't come that close to me, I still am worried about standing so close to the front of it, because I still feel like it would be a totally Dark Souls thing to have something crush you. So there's another boss in there, it's a callback to Dark Souls 1, to a boss I never got to because I died before I even went through Sense Fortress. It's a boss in Anor Londo. Matter of fact, I believe you might as well call him the boss of Anor Londo. At least a callback to him. I'm pretty sure it's not the same guy. He definitely doesn't have the same name. But his armor is the exact same. But his element has changed. In Anor Londo, there was a pair of bosses known as Ornstein and Smo. That boss is a callback to one of those. I believe it would be Dragon Slayer Ornstein. However, his name is the Old Dragon Slayer. And his element is not electric, his element is shadow. Which I guess would suggest that it's Ornstein's hollow? Probably not, I don't know how fucking magic works in this game. Could be Ornstein's hollow. That'd be a fun move. Yeah, that's a great sword. So I can go through this area about 10 more times and get a shit ton of souls. Or I can fight this boss. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a smart thing. I'm gonna get another human effigy or 5. Because 5 human effigies would be nice. They even have human effigies. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I don't need to go back anywhere. I can just use one of these and one of these. And there's a summon sign. I don't think I'm gonna summon. I beat this guy on my own. This guy loves his wide swings. Trick to this guy is to get right here in his butter zone. He loves the butter zone. Matter of fact, while he's doing that, you can usually score a free hit on. He does hit really hard, though. Up to the block. That attack is really easy to dodge. As such, it's really easy to punish enemies for using it. That attack, not so easy to dodge. If he hits you with that, you are in trouble. So he's almost done here. And now he is done. Old Dragon Rider, very, very big pushover. However, that might get scary if you have low health. Also gets scary if you're stupid enough to not strafe him. I don't even know how you do that fight from mage class. Because your success to that fight lies entirely in your ability to literally just circle strafe the shit out of him, because he can't handle it. So it's like this bonfire. To my knowledge, the only other bonfire really in this area. And here we meet a woman. A woman that some people apparently tried to fight and had a bad time.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the cost of it, that's for your heart to decide.
So yeah, she does miracles. I'm half compelled to try some miracles. Now I know I can get a Cleric's Sacred Chime off bosses and shit, so... Or can I? I don't remember. Don't remember if I can get one off a boss. I mean, she still has a few spells here, none of which I have the faith to use, but... Or the attunement, for that matter. Basic heals, medium heals, great heal, punishment, splendid life, homeward, guidance. Well, I might be interested in is force, but I have no idea what force does. I think it just basically auto staggers anyone near you, which could be very useful for group situations, but I'm probably not going to be needing that anytime soon. I have no idea how long the charge up on it is. So instead we'll just talk to her for a bit.
I'd heard awful rumors about this place, and I'm afraid they were all true. The king, gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy. I fear that, by now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles.
Anything else?
Why did I come here? Well... do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world. And such is my only wish.
Oh, that's what you say.
Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well, I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude.
I think she says one more thing.
I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon. To a place I could gull the... sorry, help the gullible by teaching the good word.
Okay, good to know she's trying to scam people.
No need for miracles. The gods frown upon such soul scrimpers.
I'm sure they do, lady. I'm sure you frown upon it really heavily as well. Okay, so she's basically just trying to rip us off, more or less. Before I even do anything, I'm just gonna go take the bonfire back, because I have 20,000 souls. Let's not lose those already. I'm doing well so far. I especially don't want to lose those in the old Dragon Slayer room. That would be a terrible room to lose something in. Of all the rooms you can lose souls in, the old Dragon Slayer room is not the one you want to do it. Alright. Let's talk to our lady here.
Bearer of the curse. Seek souls. Larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
I just realized. My mace literally just has fucking rocks taped onto it. Yeah, fucking rocks are taped onto my mace. So let's level up here. How many level ups are... oh my god, I have a lot of level ups. Well, if I wanted to use any spells at all, I could get my attunement up. I'm very unsure if I want to do that, though. Incredibly unsure. Well, I do know what I want to do is eventually use better weapons, so... I'm gonna get that up to 20 for now. Go to 15. And we'll start working on some endurance. Alright. So with that done, I think we'll travel all the way right back to Heide's Tower of Flame, and we'll try to actually tackle something else. Perhaps the old Dragon Slayer. In my other playthrough that I was doing on the exact same class as this, Bandit class, I actually decided, you know what, I'm gonna try some miracles, but I still haven't built up the attunement to do that yet. After a few bosses, so... I still have no idea how great they are. If Force ends up being really useful, I'm probably gonna... looking... He did not move at all. Wow. Also, there's a ton of people leaving summon signs today. Why was doing this in the middle of the afternoon? There was absolutely no one. stamina broken, apparently. Or guard broken. Don't worry about the air guys, since he's got one more swing in. He's got 2, and then big one. And then that gives me an opening for free.